Hi, everybody. First of all, let me just thank all of the sponsors to put this incredible event together. I'm very honored to be here, very proud to be amongst all of us. There's one thing we all have in common is that we would love to see a better day for Africa in the future. There's one thing that we have heard over and over again in the wonderful discussion earlier, is that investment into our youth is the way forward. If there are any investors that are listening and watching today, if you do not consider Africa as a viable investment, you're not considering yourselves or your future. Africa's future is your own future, and vice versa. You know, as an actor, I guess, my skill set, my superhero, is my voice and my voice box and the bandwidth that I'm allowed to use it. I was born and raised in East London. I'm very proud of that. My parents come from Sierra Leone and Ghana. Howdy, body, kushe. Any Ghanaians here? Etise. I grew up knowing my culture, understanding my culture. But I also grew up in London where being African was something to be ashamed of. They made me feel small. They took the, joy out of my dark skin. They, made me want to pretend to be West Indian, in fact. So when I grew up and I got to a place where suddenly my dark skin was being applauded and shined and loved and shared and admired, I realized that I can only give all of that to Africa, to where my parents came from. My parents left their villages to go to the big city to create dreams for themselves. But one day they hoped to go back to the village. They didn't go back to the village. They stayed. They stayed in England. I managed to go back to their village. I'm still going back to the village. I'm carrying the dreams they took to London. I'm taking them to our village. And basically, my parents invested their dreams in me as a youth. So that is essentially the metaphor of what we are doing when we consider Africa's investment, when we consider investing in innovation. We've just seen from the most incredible panelists today that how innovators are not just thinking about money. They're thinking about social structures, social help. They're trying different things to help each other, okay? Farming is not sexy, okay? But it is necessary. We all eat from farmers. And farming needs innovation. Healthcare is not sexy. We don't like the idea of someone suffering and not being able to get medicine, but I'm thankful for Tunde and his innovation to try and figure out a way. And that's something that we all have to remind ourselves that is the absolute opportunity with Africa. We do not need aid anymore. We need innovation. We need partnership. When you look at this incredible board of sponsorships, that is what partnership in Africa looks like. And that's what it should look like for the future. I'm talking from the heart. I should have prepared a speech. But when it comes to Africa, it is my heart, so I can speak about it all day. My film industry in Africa creates $5 billion a year. Okay, that's incredible. But yet it's still underserved. And the reason why it's important for us to serve the film industry is because it is a window into Africa. It is also a mirror of ourselves, okay? So that's why it's important that if we want to change the narrative, we spend a little money in our media, our films, our narrative, our storytellers, our creators, because that is the way we change the narrative. Every other developed nation in the world has used film and television, books, media, and magazines to change their narrative, not just to the world, but inwardly. So it's important that we grasp onto that notion as well. I just want to again thank the sponsors for tonight. Thank you all for coming here and paying such attention. I'm very thankful. By the way, I know who I'm going to vote for. Watch this space.
And if you have not done so, it would mean the world for me if you could subscribe to this channel and like and share this content if you find it inspiring. This will ensure that you do not miss any content and videos that I share on this channel.